Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Last episode, we found these nameless ruins over in here, which, at the bottom, contained this mysterious location. A bunch of statues surrounding a central area. And once we interacted with one of them, a mysterious voice came forth and asked us who we are. And our name was not an answer. It seemed to want to know what we were specifically in existence. And wouldn't you know it, turns out Nenio's a kitsune. She just didn't know and completely forgot. Yes, she can shift forms. That's something she can do.
It's time to act.
And I just realized I need to position some of my things around a bit more. I want to keep all of those spells together, the touch spells. Let's see. Protection from energy. Haste would also be good. There we go. So we have the buffing spells here for protections. Oh, I do have protection from energy. That'll be useful. Haste will be useful in the future. Those are the ranged spells I have, including silver darts. Alright, we're good. Now, I don't think I have anything to pick up. Oh, wait, I do have one. Now then, let's head back to our camp, and we can speak with our new companion, Regill. Probably have a rest there, too. Although, now that I think about it, that's not all we have to do. We also have levels for everyone, so... Ooh. And are there any spells that our companions can learn? No and no. Okay. Alright, Wooljiff, you're up first. Eldritch Scoundrel 7. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Arcane armor training would be nice, but you don't have any armor abilities. Weapon focus could be useful. Although I think what you're going to need is greater spell penetration. That seems like a good idea to me. Sneak attack damage increases. Would be nice. No. Level 3 spells. You've got Heroism and Hold Person. Dispel Magic would be good. Explosive Runes. Trace mystical runes upon a target point. The runes immediately detonate, dealing 66 points of force damage to every creature in 10 feet. Communal protection against arrows. Communal see invisibility. You know what? That's a good thing to have. Next up. Ember. Stigmatized Witch. Boom. 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 And you are also going to take greater spell penetration. Let's see, you get another level 1 spell. Ill Omen, I haven't seen that one. On the next d20 a target makes, must roll twice and take the less favorable result. So disadvantage. Oh, wow. Oh, for every 5 caster levels you have, the target must roll twice on an additional d20 roll. 1 round a level until discharged. Oh, it's only the next roll. Not keen on that. Snowball. Why not? Then we have a level 2 spell. You have Bone Shaker, Burning Arc, Cure Moderate Wounds, and Scorching Ray. I can give you Molten Orb. I mean, fire spells are kind of your specialization. And level 3 spell. You only have Lightning Bolt. Burning Entanglement. That is funny as an option. Why did I give her Lightning Bolt? I'll give her Burning Entanglement. Functions as Entangle, except it sets the foliage on fire. Sure, you need the burning spells. Next up, we have Ulbrig, Shapeshifter. Get boom, 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 and boom. You can invoke your wisdom's aspect, your aspect's minor form longer than most. Add your wisdom bonus to the number of minutes per day that you can use your shifter aspect ability to assume a minor form. We don't have to worry there. Once per round, when you move at least 10 feet or when you charge, you can use your wild shape ability as a free action. Again, he has it permanently on. It doesn't matter. Focus strike. That doesn't seem useful. Point blank shot doesn't seem useful. Cleave. We can go on with cleave and then get greater cleave and improve cleaving finish. That sounds like it could be good. One additional skill point per level. Hammer the gap. Increase the reach of your melee attacks by 5 feet until the end of your turn by taking a penalty. Cast spells, no. Your secondary attacks with natural weapons, including attacks treated as secondary as a result of being altered by Shifter's Fury, take only a -2 penalty instead of -5. Oh. Oh, that is good. That is really good. Hell yeah, I'll take that. Alright, next we've got the Cleric. You've got your skills boosted. Greater spell focused conjuration. Not the worst idea to have, I think. Well, if I take... No, not that. Blind Fight. If I take that... Extra channel... Spell penetration, skill focus... He already has selective channel, which is kind of important. Okay, we'll go with that. Blind Fight. Every melee warrior needs Blind Fight. And finally, Regill. We're gonna send him down Hell Knight as far as he can. It is a special. It is a. Oh, I can't remember the term. The point is, it's one of the special classes. So, Hell Knight, Knowledge Arcana, and Persuasion. Actually, we'll let him keep that. Improved two-weapon fighting is actually extremely useful to have. So you're fine with that. And now for your mythic ability. Leading Strike. Every time you hit a target in melee combat, you leave a mark on it. Any ally attacking the marked target deals additional divine damage. Actually, I kind of want to give you Last Stand. That is extremely useful for every melee fighter. Alright. Now that that's done, he is over here.
I do what I must.
How about we speak with him? Regill stands with his hands behind his back. His favorite pose, it would seem. He seems submerged in thought, but gathers himself immediately as you approach. His pale yellow eyes examine you inquisitively. Knight Commander, it is good you found time to meet me. There's a matter of some urgency I must discuss with you. It was incredibly interesting, the power you and your companions received during the fight at the Grey Garrison. And now my interest has been gratified. The power your companions received has passed on to me as well. It manifested after my usual evening reckoning. I believe I now present a true threat to the creatures and initiates of chaos. The imprisoned cultist we kept for certain observations experienced this firsthand. Regill's voice is unemotional, almost bored, but leaves no doubt as to the cultist's fate. Striking, isn't it? Divine intervention at a critical moment is rare, but not beyond imagining. But in this case, part of the power that you received through this intervention has passed to someone who joined you well after the fateful moment has passed. Whatever the nature of this power, it will help us in our mission, and that's good. Sensible pragmatism. One must always be pragmatic. In any case, this is shallow philosophizing. You must have some questions for me? May I ask you a few questions about yourself? Of course. What brought you to Mendev? The demonic threat, of course, and the glaring inefficiency of the local command. I do not know if you are aware of this, but the Hell Knights owe their existence to the Demon Lords to a certain extent. Our First Order appeared in response to Sifkesh's cultists and Sheliacs. The chaos they wreaked could not fail to breed strict opposition. Those First Knights were able to burn out the pestilence and crush the cult once and for all. I see no reason for the Hell Knights of today not to do the same to the tentacles the world wound is spreading. Without question, the task is far more difficult than anything we've encountered before, but it must be done to preserve world order. All the more so, given that Queen Galfrey and her commanders are apparently not up to the task. The motives you list sound rather impersonal. Don't you have any other reasons for joining the Crusade? Impersonality is a fine quality for a Hell Knight, and for the rest of the world as well. Personal motives, strong emotions, they are weaknesses that your enemies will use against you. I am an effective officer with years of service. The demonic invasion of Galarian obviously demands a most qualified response. That is why I am here. It's simple. You're rather skeptical about Queen Galfrey. If my memory doesn't fail me, the current crusade is called the Fifth. The Fifth Crusade, and with all of the support the Church of Iomedae and multiple other allies provided to Galfrey, no progress has been made in resolving the crisis at the World Wound. The best they could manage was create a chain of ward stones, and even they turned out to be inadequate. I suppose that should be reason enough for my skepticism. Forgive me for asking a personal question, but your hair is going gray and your skin is rather pale. It's the bleaching, right? Of course it's the bleaching. Regill shrugs indifferently. Are you doing anything to fight the bleaching? What do other races do to fight the old age? Regill allows himself a brief smirk. I know what made you ask the question. My kin have earned a certain reputation for their vain attempts to stave off the inevitable. Luckily for the rest of the world, not all gnomes are prepared to spread chaos with their reckless escapades. There are some among us who accept the natural order of things. The bleaching has no effect on my ability to carry out my duties, and therefore it has no, how shall I put it, personal meaning for me. The bleaching is something unique to the Pathfinder setting for gnomes, to my knowledge. The information is basically here, but from my understanding, it basically means that as they get older, their hair goes gray, their skin grows pale, and they become more and more maddened and eventually go crazy and lose information and lose memories and stuff like that. And the only way to put it off that they know of is to constantly have new experiences and new things happening. Regill is different. The bleaching has no effect on him, not because he's constantly looking for new things to do, but because he's that fucking devoted. Do you have any family or friends? I've never wondered at the fate of the former, and never had interest in the latter. If you'll allow me one piece of advice, Commander, never put too much stock in so-called friendship or camaraderie. Any bonds based on simple affection are temporary and unreliable. Half of your smiling companions certainly consider you their friend for the moment, but they will break and betray you the moment you do anything that troubles their happy expectations. Place greater value on respect based on a rational evaluation of your companion's merits. I deeply respected my mentor, who trained me to join the ranks of the Hell Knights. I respected her so much that I killed her with my own hands when I discovered that she betrayed the Order's ideals and was intending to leave our ranks. It would have been more proper to inform the command and await the former trial, but on the other hand, that would have injured the morale of our young recruits. They should not see manifestations of weakness in our seasoned knights. You have openly shown your distrust of the Crusader command. Why then have you decided to join me? Do not misread my behavior as distrust of you personally. Like every Hell Knight, I watch everyone closely, searching for signs of weakness and sin. everyone, including myself. Indeed, Regill is first on my list of suspects. I observe him daily, marking every fault, every hesitation, every weakness, and I prepare the proper punishment. So it has been, so it will be. As for your second question, I suppose we may be useful to each other. You and your army are a new power in the Crusade. I rate all the old powers as quite ineffective. I have yet to rate your own efforts, but clearly indications are positive. That means you may count on my help. For now. And what will happen if your assessment changes? I will inform you of this, as well as any measures I intend to take. Be aware that I treat my allies more strictly than my enemies. This is a sign of respect. What can you tell me about the Hell Knights? I could tell you a great deal. However, the Order's recruiters would be a better source of information on such matters. How were new Order members recruited? We accept as armigers any we find worthy, but for the main test, the one that separates the strong from the weak, they must face down a devil summoned directly from hell. If they defeat the beast honestly, the armiger becomes a rightful Hell Knight. If they lose, we simply forget their existence. Like the world made an unfortunate mistake. Who do Hell Knights answer to? Only to the heads of their orders. In my case, it's Lictor Rezarch Ontor, head of the Order of the Godclaw. As a rule, the Hell Knights do not submit to the jurisdiction of any state. The same is true of local laws. We are happy to help local governments bring order if we consider their request lawful, and if those who ask are worthy. But we do not serve them, and have every right to refuse their demands. So what do you value most? The law, and only the law. If you care so much about the law, how can you ignore the authority of the lawful rulers in the lands where you operate? We cannot call it law just because some foolish local prince thought it up, or a council of demented elders deems it wise, now can we? You see, one of the main principles of our brotherhood is that no one is immune from prosecution. A lawful ruler may be a criminal that poses a threat to society. We must be able to punish them as well. This is why Hell Knights only honor the measure and the chain, the doctrine shared by all our orders, and why Hell Knights serve only their officers and the arm of transforming this chaos-torn world and leading it to a brilliant and ordered future. We are the main bastion of order in Golarion, no matter how much some naysayers try to refute it. Alright then. Expanding one's knowledge is a good deed, provided, of course, that this knowledge is useful. Ask if you have any further questions. Do you have a plan or a strategy for the war against the demons? A spark flashes in Regill's eyes. I have a clear idea of the forces I shall require to wage effective war against the Worldwound. Currently, I do not possess them, but I know what steps I must take. We must amass and fortify, gather scouting information, resolve certain problems of an organizational nature. Once the problem of Dresden is solved, I shall direct some of my knights to prepare an outpost for the party. We have already scouted a suitable location, the ruins of an old shrine, which still holds the remnants of an ancient power and is thus a lure for demons. An excellent foothold for honing our skills and studying the enemy. That is my next goal. Thank you for speaking with me. Until next time. He is a very determined man. Ooh. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, look at that. I don't need that, or that, but I will take that, and the rope. Oh, mysterious elf again. What the hell do you want from me? Who was the elf that was talking to you? She didn't introduce herself, but she was greatly interested in the volunteers that had joined the army. She thought I might know the elf she was looking for from my mercenary contracts. But I couldn't tell you any more than that. She never shared his name. Concerning. Alright, will sir. Bulk selling, and then, let's see. Full plate. I might want to give, hang on. Okay, we are going to hold on to the rope. You never know, you might need rope sometime. Let's see. You go there, you go there, you go up there, you go up there. Alright, I need to take a look at Regill's gear. He has +2 adamantine full plate, amulet of natural armor, cold iron gnome hooked hammer, and a ring of protection +1. Well, I will let you have a masterwork composite longbow. And the rest of this, I think we can sell. Potion of remove paralysis. There we go, that goes up there. The rest of this can be sold. Bastard Sword of Hope. Whenever the wielder of this +2 mithril bastard sword confirms a crit with it, it restores 1d8 +5 hit points to the wielder. It can be wielded only by lawful good, lawful neutral, or neutral good characters. Okay. Right, as I was saying, I would like to sell these. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. There we go. Load more money. Alright. I think I'll put down a rest in here. And then I am going to end this episode here. Not the stream, just the episode. Onion soup. We'll go with the moss pottage, actually.
As such, the genetic predisposition of an individual for magical abilities is not an overriding factor in the manifestation of said abilities in said individual. Hello? Have you all fallen asleep?
Alright. And with that, I am going to end this episode here. Next episode, we march onwards to whatever we're going to do next. That'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Cheswick44. Our sin is fly. That is me. This has been a Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. And I shall see you all next time.